gentlemen, to another episode. Today we got Corey and her crew going in, so let's get right into it.
China exposes all luxury brands.
Yeah, because they're mad about the tariffs. So
They make them in the same factories.
Chinese factories are exposing luxury brands made in China. They show the world where your $1,000 handbag or $100 pair of leggings really came from. They now offer you the exact same thing. No middlemen, no markup. In a bold move that looks more like economic warfare than manufacturing, Chinese workers have lifted the lid on a $1 billion fantasy. A large proportion of the handbags, shoes, and clothes that claim to be made in Italy or designed in Paris are actually produced in China. As Trump's new tariffs hit Chinese exports, factories are fighting back, selling directly to you online and denouncing the whole hypocrisy. On TikTok, it quickly went viral. A recent investigation found that Chinese-run factories paid workers $2 an hour to assemble Armani handbags that sold for $18, but they still bore the Made in Italy label. This is all smoke and mirrors. These TikTok revelations are shattering that illusion for good. If your $2,000 wallet is made by the same people but is a $50 replica, why pay 40 times more? It's not just China that is breaking the rules. The brand is gaming the system too. Now, the workers, who have been hidden behind the scenes, are stepping into the spotlight to show the world the truth.
He said they send them to their company
That's
and they
what I'm
switch
trying
out
to
the tag.
say.
Yeah,
So we don't even have to show this part of the video. I mean, can you
sure,
play it a
sure,
little
yeah.
bit? Hey,
Donald Trump just pissed off the wrong country. China is currently exposing all luxury brands.
More than 80% of the luxury bags in the world are made in China.
Your Prada, Gucci, and Louis Vuitton, they're all made in China. There's no such thing as a knockoff. All your branded goods are made in the same factories, stored in the same warehouses, all in China. Luxury brands then purchase these items from them and sell them for a 10, 15 times markup. Made in Italy? Made in France? It's all made in China. People are starting to realize that they can get the same quality knockoffs for a much cheaper price.
Somebody come and look at this.
what does that say inside my hat right there? Right there. Can you see that, D?
Exclusively made for Corey.
An Italian man in the valley. D showed me this store.
Dope. These brothers are so dope.
They make hats for me. So everybody who's saying my hat is made in China, okay. Dude, let me tell you something, man. I just don't like saying this because I'm not trying to act like I'm better than anybody, but I'm a boss ass. So anyway, back to the point, what I'm saying with all these bags and everything. China is like, oh, they ain't letting us hustle out there no more?
Yeah.
Watch this.
We finna give them the game.
Yeah.
Gucci, I already knew Gucci was cheap shit.
He ain't lying.
I bought a Gucci bag. That motherfucker fell apart in Vegas. I took it back to the store in Vegas. They said, we'll fix it. I was like, motherfucker, I don't want you to fix this shit. Give me my money back for this cheap ass shit. The fucking bag fell apart like a girl that you didn't. Wait, the bag fell apart like a bitch at my show. But I'm trying to tell all y'all who stand in these lines, give $3,000 for a bag.
Break yourself.
The difference between your bag and the bag on Canal Street is you pay $2,900 more than the motherfuckers on Canal Street.
You big dummy.
Canal Street, what them knockoffs cost? 100? 200 at the
and
most?
they're getting ripped off.
Same bag.
And they're getting ripped off.
They
yeah.
bought it for $9.
If that. Damn. Damn. Out here is called the alley.
I think that's
y'all.
funny that
It's
you.
the alley if you want to go. Yeah.
Where's
Yeah.
Canal Street? That's in New York.
Canal. Oh yeah.
That's let me tell you something. I was down there before the Twin Towers fell 2 weeks ago. I was down there buying knockoffs for girls that don't know the difference.
Back there in the '80s, I was 80. My first trip in New York. I couldn't
Man,
wait
look,
to go
man,
to
them
Canal.
girls, you should have saw that girl face when I gave her that Louis bag. It was a big Louis bag.
Yeah.
She was like, I knew that God had something special for me.
Not the choker. She couldn't even get it out. That's terrible.
I was right there. I was like, God is good.
Yes.
God is good.
God, if you listen, help!
Oh
Man,
my
let me
God.
tell y'all something, man. Will y'all stop thinking you doing something? I mean, like, I trick off on stuff too, but I know it's trash. every once in a while, you buy some quality goods.
Mm-hmm.
Want me to tell you where you buy some quality goods? I don't know if it's changed, but one day when I flew into London Heathrow, and we were walking in the clothing district. What is the name of the shit where you go in London? Where they have the garment district where there are real tailors outside with their tape measure walking up to you, telling you what they can put together for you.
Custom made. Yep, they do that in Italy too.
Real leather, everything. It's the real deal. They're not gonna manufacture it and make 50 of them and send them. So they will make it for you. They will measure your hat size,
keep your sizes so they
and
can
your
make you more
skull
stuff.
caps will look so much better on your head. I'm saying if you don't have somebody making stuff for you, I got a big head. I can't even go to the regular store most of the time. I have to get my stuff made, man. Some people got big stuff. But what I'm trying to say is, all that stuff, all them people who stand in line at Gucci, they said Louis.
All of them.
They said
YSL.
Prada.
YSL, all of them.
It is all trash.
Unbelievable.
Nothing is real no more, man. They're not making quality stuff. It's very rare that you buy quality things. That's why sometimes people see me with shoes on and they be like, what is that? I be like, I know you don't know it. I'm on stage sometimes. Sometimes people will yell out, what's that you got on? I'll be like, they didn't make this at Foot Locker. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You haven't seen it. It's quality in the making. Like, I'm saying, like, Italy is a place where they actually sew.
Right.
And make things, but a lot of that stuff in China is just mass produced in the machine.
But I don't think the folks that are really
exactly
into
what it
just breaking themselves and getting the stuff aren't about, oh, I want good quality. They're all about that flex.
I'm rapping. This is my Mac Daddy vibe I'm giving you.
Because you can see their behavior when they're wearing it or they have it.
I think
or
a
they're
lot of people
talking
don't know
about it.
good quality.
There you go.
Because when you know
They
good
think it's
quality,
that.
and you buy something and you look at it and you feel it and touch it, you be like, this is trash. This is trash. I know it's trash because I'm actually a shopaholic, and I'm here to tell you it's hard to go inside the mall to the average stores for me because I done bought it all. Bought it all, blew it all.
That's what I was going to say. Y'all remember back in the day, I remember when I was in my early 20s, so about 20 years ago, we used to take them trips to New York and shop. And I remember I was so young, I didn't even realize at the time that stuff was fake. But I went to New York a few times just to do that, just to go shop. And we had got so good at it, we would bring like the suitcases on wheels because we knew we would be buying so much, and we didn't even stay with the tour bus no more. Me and my cousin went off to do our own thing. We just made sure we was back on time at the meetup spot. But I remember back in the day buying them fake Fendi purses and all of that, going up in them back stairwell buildings in New York, buying that fake stuff when I was in my early 20s. Because like Corey said, as you get older, if you care about stuff like that, because it is a lot of black people who do not care. And kudos to them. I think I'm falling in the middle somewhere. I'm definitely not a label person. I was when I was in high school, and I think a lot of us are, just because of the peer pressure and the fashion show that high school is. But as we get older, you realize you don't care about that stuff. You may care more about gadgets. You may care more about appliances, things like that. But you do have some people who are shopaholics. You do have adults who are caught up in labels. They gonna leave that tag on. They want you to see it. And to each his own. But for me, I care about quality. I am willing to pay a little more for quality, but it doesn't have to be a big mainstream name. I'm good in that department. I know my financial lane. I'm a regular person. I know I can't spend $10,000 on no Chanel purse, and that's just what that is. But then you start learning, like somebody, like they was talking about Gucci. A lot of Gucci bags are canvas. They not even leather. So when I see people going crazy over there with like them Gucci shoes, especially the signature, that stuff is canvas. And I will never pay top dollar for canvas. Canvas is too fragile of a material. But I think most of us realized a long time ago about the China game. You could start looking at your tags on your clothes and you see where your stuff is made at, but that information just resurfaced. Like we in the year of light, we in the times of things being exposed and brought to the forefront. So Trump's beef with all these other countries, they're not bowing down, they're beefing back, and they putting people up on game. Now my understanding with the China situation is the material for the higher end stuff is still the same, but I think my understanding is correct. Maybe not. I know y'all will let me know. The material is still quality material. It's just the Chinese people are the ones who's assembling 80% of it, and then it's shipped to wherever luxury store. They do the final stamping, they little stuff. But like the material, the raw material, whatever's being used is still quality. That's the understanding that I have. I could be wrong. But if you're the type of person who want to knock off because you want luxury and can't afford it and you willing to rock your knockoff, that's you. I mean, I think when you become an adult, to me that's high school stuff. When I become an adult, I'm not worried about what no other grown person. I'm not worried about what another grown person is doing, wearing, how they spend their money. So for me, I'm going to buy things that I like and that look good on my body, or things that I feel like is worth me spending my money on. I don't care about making no rich white Italian family have even more generational wealth. Y'all remember back in the day, I remember when I was in high school, a boy got robbed because his parents kept him in the new Jordans. One of my cousins got robbed at the bus stop for his Jordans. Y'all already know how that stuff go in our communities. Those labels are coveted. And I think it's because of slavery. Our people didn't have nothing. So when they started to do better for themselves, the first thing they wanted to go do is get fresh and stun on each other. You have the same thing with the young crowd, middle-aged crowd. You got the Christian crowd. They go to church every Sunday, get dressed, put on them hats and all that, looking like some bootlicking trustees with zoot suits. Easter's coming up, they finna have them bright green Easter suits. That's our people way of flexing, feeling like that they're doing something. A lot of our people are vain and caught up in materialism. And if that's you, that's on you. But for me, I'm wise enough to know that my worth is not determined by a label on my clothing, because especially when you do like quiet luxury, you ain't even gonna have a big emblem or logo right on the top, right? It's gonna be small if there's anything. But that's just how some people roll. Black people who act like that, who are covetous, I'm not condoning it, but I do understand it. I've seen people like that. I know people in my family like that. And when I was in high school, I wasn't touching nothing without a name brand on it. I wasn't wearing anything that didn't have a designer, but that was then. Of course, I don't care nothing about that type of stuff. Now, I understand the waste of money buying designer clothes because you're just making them rich. And I get it. I'm human every now and then. I want to get fresh too. So I'm not going to, make it seem like I don't go spend money on myself. I work. I'm going to buy what I want. But also I wanted to say, when he was talking about being in London, I'm in Ghana and they make their fabrics here. They make the clothes to tailor fit your body. I just got a dress this time. I just got a dress made. Last time I was here, I think I got 2 dresses made, but they had a cloth or they kente and they custom make it to you. So we can always, buy from our own. God forbid we resort to buying from our own people. But in Ghana, they do the same thing and they have levels. You can get the cheapest stuff and you can get the, more expensive like kente or whatever. You can add lace, whatever you want. But they make the dresses, the suits for the men, them 2-piece suits, the different stuff that y'all see. Y'all already know. They make that stuff to custom fit you too. You don't just have to go to London. They not the only ones with the real garment district, if you will. You could go buy your material. So yeah, you come to these African countries, they can hook you up and have you real fresh. But y'all leave me a comment. Let me know what y'all got to say about the whole China exposing these luxury brands. Let me know what y'all gonna do. Y'all gonna stop spending y'all money on it, or y'all gonna keep doing y'all? Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Till the next time, I will catch y'all in the next episode.